It's a tale as old as time, if time is 25 years, because the 25th anniversary edition of Beauty and the Beast is out. And I gotta say, it's pretty amazing. So most of us have seen Beauty and the Beast, and I think a lot of this is tinged with nostalgia. I would say if it's not the best Disney animated movie, it's definitely top 3. Maybe top 5 for some of you. But this was one of the most critically acclaimed and lauded Disney movies of all time, and I don't think you can argue with that, at least. I don't know if I should review the movie, but I think it brings Disney more into the modern era. You have a very intelligent heroine who knows her self-worth, who is self-assured, who wants more in life and seeks more than what she's given and what she's told. The Beast is a very interesting character as well, who is more turned into himself and embittered and cold, but then has that sweet side that comes out and opens. Everyone grows as a person. And I still think Gaston is one of the worst Disney villains, and by worst I mean best, because he isn't ugly. He doesn't look like a villain. He's not twirling his mustache. He's not tying damsels to train tracks. He's someone that everyone loves and everyone listens to and is charismatic. He's the scariest kind of villain, to me at least, because he reflects what people are like or what villains are like in real life. If you love Beauty and the Beast, I think you should definitely get this because it is packed full of special features. So they say there's 3 versions of the film. I say there's 4 because we have the original theatrical version, the special edition with deleted songs and scenes put back in, and a sing-along version. And there's also a work-in-progress version, which has a picture-in-picture in the corner of the animation renderings, the storyboards, so you can see what the original version looked like versus the final product, which is pretty interesting. There's also a camera angle test. As you recall, the ballroom scene was really legendary for its time, really just brand new, and people were so impressed by it. It's become commonplace now, but back in the early 90s, this was new. And they do show different camera angle tests, different ways that this was rendered in there. There are a lot of character development reels in there. There's an early presentation reel, which shows basically the concept art of this and how it ended up playing out. There's quite a few bonus scenes. One in particular I want to talk about is super interesting, and I hope we can show you a clip.
Horsing, steady, whoa.
Oh, look, Clarice, a kitty.
Happy birthday, Belle. This was given to your mother on her 17th birthday.
Father.
Wind it up, wind it up.
It was Mother's.
Yes, and now I want it to be yours.
Sir, it seems as though you've forgotten something.
Yes? What?
To pay your taxes.
Oh, you'll get your money.
So in this, we have a completely different open, and what shows to be a completely different movie with characters that were so different or so reworked. For instance, in this one, Maurice is much younger, much more well-off. He has a wife who is Belle's stepmother named Marguerite. She's very conniving. She wants money. She's not a nice person. She wants Belle to just go get married to Gaston, who, by the way, is a fop in this and is very different from what we saw in the movie. This seems more of like an upper-class Regency era, powdered wigs, handkerchiefs, that kind of thing. But I preferred the peasant countryside that they ended up going with instead. She has a little sister in this named Clarice and a little pet named Charlie. All of those were cut out in the final version, as you'll remember, which I think served the movie better because it showed Belle and her father as being outsiders, as being completely different than whatever their society conventionally liked. And they were both thinkers, albeit Maurice was considered crazy. I guess Belle was considered a weirdo by the standards of the movie as well. The look looked completely different. The town looked a lot like the festival in the beginning of Hunchback of Notre Dame, which was kind of crazy. I guess maybe they reused a lot of that. Cogsworth is a large clock. Lumiere seems to have legs. it looks, all in all, very, very different. It tells a different story. It follows closer to the original French version of the story, where Belle wants Maurice to get her a rose, and he does, and he trespasses. It is interesting to see what they kept and what they left out. For instance, there's a song called Human Again, where they ended up using that song for the Broadway edition for Beauty and the Beast, and a lot of the animation is used for the Something There reprise, the scene with the sweet snow hoodie. There's a terrible scene that I can definitely see why they cut it out because it was interminably long. It's Belle in the library meeting 4 new characters. They're all kind of creepy. They're all kind of perving on her a little bit, and they're all really boring, and they talk over each other. Maybe you like the scene better than I did because I hated it. There's also an alternate version of Be Our Guest, where it's earlier in the movie, and they're all singing to Maurice instead of Belle. I actually liked it a lot more because I think it establishes their kindness and how magical everyone is earlier on. And it makes Maurice more sympathetic, I think. But, maybe you disagree. You should watch it for yourself for sure and see which version you like better. There are so many things in here. There's also a clip of the new live-action Beauty and the Beast with a table read with Emma Watson. And it shows a little bit of footage behind the scenes. Not a ton, but I think it's really something. There's something there if you're interested in that. They do a lot of... I'm not done listing the special features. It's nuts. There's karaoke for every single song. There's a lot of old footage from the recording sessions. There's a section with Paige O'Hara doing an interview called Always Belle, which reads this kind of sad because she has been replaced as the voice of Belle because her voice did change over time and she does not sound like the character anymore, at least in singing. There's a section called Searching for Beast Castle where they go to actual castles and try to figure out what it should look like. There's something called number 1074, Walt, Fairy Tales, and Beauty and the Beast, which is Walt's early development into the film, what his thoughts were. I mean, a lot of 90s golden era Disney films did have a root in something Walt Disney actually wanted or something that he did. So it's cool to see the kernels of thought starting there. There is so much content in this. Sometimes I talk to you about Blu-rays that have very minimal, if you love it, get it. I would say if you even just like Beauty and the Beast, this would be great. You will have a lot of, the quantity and quality of entertainment is very high on both, and I definitely recommend it. I especially love the deleted scenes or that deleted opening where it just shows a completely different film and then you learn to respect the choices they make that much more. They made very good choices on the whole with what they ended up keeping and throwing out and changing and tweaking and saving for the Broadway musical or saving for Hunchback of Notre Dame or other movies. Audience, do you love Beauty and the Beast? Is it one of your favorites? Let me know below in the comments and please like and subscribe for more.